Welcome back. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to our little show. This is Roll
with the Troll.
Today, we're talking about the fucking Batman movie and this bizarre Joker scene that was not included in the final cut.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we think here, guys? I know we're a little late to the party on this, but what do you think? Did this scene belong in the movie?
After seeing it, I could go either way, but I don't think the movie was missing anything by not having it, to be honest.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this was good. I think this scene was pretty bad, actually. For one thing, and this is not their fault, but because there are so many iterations of Batman and Joker already, that you can't help but compare to the previous incarnations of those two and them interacting in a scene like this.
Yeah.
Other scenes like this have just been better. I don't know what else to say. I don't like this Joker. This is the first one I don't like. In fact,
really?
Yeah, and it's funny because this is very short. It's a few minutes. It's a small scene, but if you compare these few minutes of this Joker to even the Joker from the Suicide Squad, which was Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad, from that one who was really not liked. Honestly, I prefer that one to this.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is just not good. First of all, it was tough for me to even understand what he was saying.
Yeah, the dialogue was tough.
Yeah, really hard to understand what the hell he was saying. Not a scary Joker at all. You know, at least if I'm going to compare him to the version that, like with Jared Leto, at least that one, although he wasn't so out of control and so crazy, he was a tough, scary kind of mobster. You know, they went that way more. They slanted that Joker more towards mobster. This guy, I don't see as anything but just kind of a Dennis the Menace, little kind of weasel. He's giggling in a way that's not scary, that's not intimidating, that's not anything. He seems to me like a powerless, weak little fuck.
Huh.
And so I don't think including him in the movie would have been a good idea, even though I guess he is kind of in the movie at the very end. So I don't think the scene is good. I think this whole back and forth, this cat and mouse thing that they're trying to create, like the Silence of the Lambs type of thing, was just pretty badly done.
Yeah.
I called the movie a masterpiece. I definitely don't think adding this would have helped.
No, it wouldn't have added anything. It felt like the purpose of that scene was almost really more to explain more of the Batman's character and motivation and whatnot. And in the end, that wasn't even necessary. There were so many other elements in the film that took you to the heart of that this scene was not necessary for that purpose.
Yeah, as usual, you say what I'm thinking, but way better than I could say it. Yeah, that's how I see it too. I think there were so many reminders throughout the film that Batman is vengeance and that he's, that he kind of likes the idea of the bad guys getting pummeled and getting their asses fucking handed to them. I think there was so much of that already that it's nice to add to it, but let's remember, this is a 3-hour movie already. It definitely did not need this. I don't think this is a good Joker. And I'm hoping that they don't use this same actor in the next film. Because the way the movie ended, we heard Joker laughing, but we didn't really see him. So therefore, they could use anybody.
Yeah. Did we see a silhouette or something?
Something like that. But you could still use anybody next time. It wasn't defined enough where you saw him.
Right.
By including this scene, you're kind of stuck with him now. You can't really recast Joker, all for a scene that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Right? And that just makes an already really long movie even longer. So, yeah, I don't see this Joker well. I also don't like the way Batman interacted with him in that it wasn't intense. The scene did not seem like, nowhere near what Christian Bale had with Heath Ledger in their, remember in The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
That scene was completely intense. And not just because it was more physical, because, Christian Bale's Batman actually grabbed him and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's not why. It's just, this was very like a light conversation to me. Again, I couldn't even understand a lot of the audio.
Yeah.
But when Joker tried to turn it around and make the conversation about Batman, and he started saying, oh, he's like you like him. It wasn't like a major shakeup for Bruce in the way that I would have preferred. And I also got the sense there was no tremendous hostility between these two.
Yeah, you're right. It lacked the intensity that other scenes like that have had. And so that was another part that was missing that you just put your finger on for me.
Yeah, there was no like you know what they should have done with the scene if they
Hmm.
were going to do it. It should have referred back or kind of called back to how to their first battle together and why Joker's locked up.
Right.
And it should have been where we're just alluding to the fact that he's in there because of Batman
Mm-hmm.
and that Joker's furious and hateful and he wants to get out of there
Mm-hmm.
and that Batman hates him and that something really personal happened. Instead, I get the impression Batman's actually a little sympathetic towards Joker,
Hmm.
and the Joker doesn't really mind being in there and doesn't have a major problem with Batman. So to me, was like the worst Batman Joker scene I've ever seen in my life because they stripped away all the key ingredients that go into their relationship.
Yeah.
There was nothing intense, and I just kept thinking, well, maybe they could fix it in the next film. Like if this clip had been included,
Mm-hmm.
and if it was canonical, then at least I'm thinking maybe they could fix it in the next film and then give them a real grudge match. And I'm thinking that's not the way to do it. Just fuck this scene. This scene sucks. And it really, again, the movie was long. I called it a masterpiece, and I'll stand by that. But it is a bloated film. And when I think back to it, I do feel like there are these moments where I'm like, okay, come on, let's get on with it a little bit. Let's make it a little more badass and a little less just kind of dreary, macabre,
Mm-hmm.
slow moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
This would have only made it more dreary, macabre, slow moving and not intense enough, not a good portrayal of the Joker, fucking terrible audio. Yeah, fuck this scene, right? Fuck
Yeah.
this scene.
Tell us how you really feel.
I think adding this scene, if they did, and they did not, but if they had added it, it would have really just been the studio saying, "Let's take a little break from the movie and make sure we remind people that they want to see another Batman movie." You know,
Mm,
that's really I think even the scene at the end of the film that is in the movie
yeah.
where Joker's laughing and he's in there with the Riddler. I think even that is really just studio interference. Like as an artist, I don't think Matt Reeves wants this
Hmm.
shit in there at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it really felt like they threw that scene in there. This one and the ending scene that was still in the movie, just because you can't have a Batman movie without Joker. It felt very gratuitous.
Yeah, really, and we're wise to him. And I think if I were like a 15-year-old kid who didn't necessarily know or care much about the previous Batman movies, then maybe I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. Maybe I don't notice that the Joker's just crowbarred in. But to those
Yeah.
of us who are wise to them, to Warner
Mm-hmm.
Brothers and all their bullshit, we know that the Joker's their cash cow, and they couldn't take a break from crowbarring him in and reminding the audience. And from my perspective, as someone who's been around watching all the Batman films for decades, this was a great opportunity in this film to not rely on Joker,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think it was a nice shot at just saying, look, Batman and Joker don't always have to go together. These two aren't fucking married, you know? Just Batman can have his own film. I liked that throughout the film we didn't have Joker stuff, that we just had him dealing with the Penguin, which was interesting. We had him dealing with Catwoman again, is interesting still. And of course, the Riddler. And I thought that was really good. And then to have the ending of it kind of spoil it all and go, look, we got to fit in the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's there. Oh, look, here he is. And frankly, isn't this kind of exactly what we did in Batman Begins?
Mm-hmm.
You think about it, we went the whole movie with no Joker. And then in the very final bit, we
Uh-huh.
got to hold up that card. Remember, sorry, spoilers for Batman Begins if you haven't seen it after 20 years. But there was that scene where he holds up the card and says he leaves this calling card.
Yeah.
It was almost like the scene I'm talking about where Joker laughs, not the deleted scene here,
Yeah.
but Joker laughing at the end of the Batman to me is almost just another version of that same idea exactly
Mm-hmm.
of like he's out there, oh no, roll credits guys. And I just
Right.
feel like
Yeah.
artistically there's no way Matt Reeves wanted any Joker stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't believe that at all. I think if you got to ask him, he would tell you, no, I this was the studio. The studio felt that throwing in some Joker was a good idea. But this scene is particularly bad. And not only would it have offended me, for the fact that it's a Joker scene that doesn't need to be there,
Mm-hmm.
but it just is so horribly done. I fuck this actor as the Joker too. This isn't very good. So yeah, I don't know. Do you
Yep.
think there was any reason at all to include this scene, or is it
No.
just way
No.
better without?
I think it was the right decision to cut it.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, so I don't know what else to say about this shit. What do you think of this actor as Joker? Do you think he's any good? I mean, I really did you like the portrayal of him at least as Joker?
No, I would say that that would not be my favorite. I mean, I know it was only 5 minutes to go by, but 5 minutes should be more than enough,
Yeah,
actually.
it should be.
So, yeah, no, there were so many things about that scene that didn't work, and I can't say that the portrayal in this version of those 5 minutes really worked for me. So,
No, I hope they go with somebody else and just kind of learn from their mistakes. In fact, maybe this was I'm going to get conspiratorial. This might have been the plan all along. Was they said, look, let's shoot the scene. If it doesn't turn out awesome, we leak it on the internet right after the movie comes out. Really, I'm not kidding, and see
yeah, I
what
know.
people say. And then that way it's not in the movie. And
Hmm.
maybe there's some longing from some people to have wanted it in the film. I know I'm hearing that out there. Some people think this was a good scene for some
Mm.
reason. And then other people could say what I'm saying, which is this fucking didn't belong there. And that way they know whether they should use this actor again,
Hmm.
Barry Koenig or whatever the fuck, whether they should use him in the future or not. It's
Yeah.
kind of like an interesting way of,
Testing.
yeah, putting a little
Yeah.
litmus test out there.
Yep.
But they've got my vote. Fuck no. So there you go. Get it intimidated. For once, can I see a Joker who's so out of control, just so out there that he can barely speak a full sentence? That's what I
Mm.
want. I'm tired of these cunning Jokers who are really smart, and then they've got the green hair and the whole event. Stop it. Just
Yeah.
give me a Joker who is so out of control, who just loves knives and can't stop cutting people. And when he has no henchman, no plan, he's just a rabid dog. That's what I want to see. You give us a Joker like that.
Well, okay.
And enough of this bullshit with the smart Jokers. I really I know that it's comic accurate to have a smart Joker, but I'm tired of it. I want just a complete loose cannon, out of control,
Hmm.
coked up fucking Terry Silver-esque
Oh, you're
Joker.
funny.
I'm back to that.
Yeah.
I still think he should have portrayed Joker in '89
Yeah.
and not Jack Nicholson. That's a whole nother video. Guys, we'll be back later. We'll see you tomorrow. Like, subscribe. Oh yeah, I gotta remember.
Hit the like button.
Please like this video. Like, subscribe, click bells, and comment. Our comment section's lit up.
Yep.
Let us know, what do you think? Should this have been any good? Should this have been a better scene? And should it have been in the fucking movie? All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much.